that would swing the power to appoint judges and state board from the executive branch to the legislature. They appeared together at the state capitol to state their case and huddle on strategy. Four-term Governor Jim Hunt, a Democrat, said these amendments would erode separation of power.
It's really about whether or not a few politicians in the legislature will increase their power.
Prosecutors have rested their case against former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort. CBS's Anne-Marie Green is following the latest developments from New York.
The jury in Paul Manafort's tax evasion and bank fraud trial could get the case this week. Prosecutors rested their case yesterday after 2 weeks of testimony. They allege the former Trump campaign chairman used millions of dollars in offshore accounts to lead a lavish lifestyle. Defense attorneys say the prosecution's star witness, Manafort's protege, Rick Gates, lied when he testified he and Manafort committed crimes together for years. It's unclear whether the defense will call any witnesses.
Cherokee County Sheriff Derek Palmer says there was an active shooter situation last night. Sheriff Palmer tells reporter Brittany Martin of a local radio station one person is dead. The investigation is continuing. One woman is dead after Raleigh police say she was stabbed to death last night. Her investigation is continuing. You're listening to NCN News.
Sometimes the simplest things can make the biggest difference. An extra pair of hands, a smile, or a shoulder. At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we feel the same about home and auto coverage, affordable rates, trusted service, and local agents. After all, making one simple difference in your life helps you make a big difference in another's. Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Will Democrats break Republican supermajorities in the North Carolina General Assembly? Will this year's election change the course of the state Supreme Court? What about all those constitutional amendments on the ballot? Carolina Journal will help you answer those questions. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
Following the one-year anniversary of the tragedy in Charlottesville, Virginia, State Senators Jay Chaudhry and Valerie Foushee held a press conference to renew their call on the North Carolina General Assembly to take up the Hate Crimes Prevention Act. Chaudhry says that hate crimes have been on the rise since the election of President Trump in 2016.
Specifically, the Southern Poverty Law Center pointed out that just days after the presidential election, there were 10 documented hate crimes in 2016 in North Carolina alone.
The violence in Afghanistan continues to escalate after a massive Taliban assault on a town near Kabul.
While Afghan security forces backed by U.S. troops claim they've gained control now over large parts of Ghazni, the Taliban have launched an attack in another province to the north, and that's raising new questions about the U.S. strategy in Afghanistan. The Taliban assault on Ghazni, just 75 miles from Kabul, began late last week. 100 Afghan troops were killed. Now an attack on an Afghan base in the north has killed nearly 20 Afghan soldiers. The U.S. strategy has been to force the Taliban to the negotiating table, but the group is instead reasserting itself on the battlefield.
A North Carolina Supreme Court candidate fighting to have his party affiliation listed on the November ballot has won a second victory in court. A Wake County Superior Court judge halted enforcement of a new law removing certain judicial candidates' party affiliation. The potential for more flood-producing rain exists in the Northeast today, and the very wet and dangerous weather is expected to last through tomorrow. John Schumo has more.
Rescue crews worked throughout the day Monday after powerful storms flooded a handful of towns in central Pennsylvania.
I mean, we're just a little cold town, but we need help. The water was up to my chest. I evac'd my mom, my cousin in a wheelchair.
This tow truck driver was stranded by a rising creek. He was rescued by a passerby, Tucker Fisher, who used his own truck to pull out the trapped motorist.
Mike Rayleigh ends.
AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton with FM translator service on W265DW at 100.9.
From ABC News, I'm Tom Rivers in London, where a car at high speed has crashed into a heavily reinforced security barrier right by the public entrance to Parliament in the very heart of the British capital. Police quickly surrounded the vehicle. Why did he do it? That's what everyone's asking. ABC's Molly Hunter reports from the scene.
There's really dramatic video of the driver immediately after the crash. Police surrounded him, heavily armed, arrested him on suspicion of terrorism. Now, this is still very much an active crime scene. Helicopters overhead, and you see this is the police cordon. Pretty heavy police presence. Counterterrorism police are leading the investigation at this point.
At the get-go, police are treating this as a terror incident. Counterterrorism Chief Neil Basu.
Given that this appears to be a deliberate act, the method, and this being an iconic site, we are treating it as a terrorist incident, and the investigation is being led by officers from the Counter-Terrorism Command.
The man is in his late 20s and is being questioned at a South London police station. I'm Tom Rivers in London. Now with more news, here's Sherry Preston.
The defense team for former Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort is expected to start making its case today in his bank fraud trial. The prosecution rested its case yesterday after more than 2 weeks of testimony. Former Trump advisor Omarosa Manigault-Newman tells MSNBC that if special counsel Robert Mueller's team asks, she will turn over recordings that she made at the White House. President Trump, calling her vicious, also says she is under an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. Here's ABC's Jonathan Karl.
Kellyanne Conway acknowledged, now I've had several other White House staffers tell me the same, that in fact, staffers are required to sign some form of a non-disclosure agreement. Now, I got to tell you, I think that this would be a hard thing to enforce.
4 states holding primaries today. Voters also go to the polls in Connecticut, Wisconsin, Vermont, and Minnesota. All 4 justices on West Virginia's Supreme Court have been impeached, accused of extravagant spending. You're listening to ABC News.
Good news. You are not stuck with your health care plan. Really. You have a choice, and it's a great one. It's called MediShare, and if you've heard about it and wondered what exactly it is, it's a way that people share their health care bills. And these are people who have a common faith, who want to be part of something beautiful that not only meets their healthcare needs, but the needs of others too. And it's people who love to save money big time. MediShare members typically save $500 a month per family on their healthcare costs. That is a life changer for people. So this could be for you. Maybe it's what you've been looking for, a way to pay healthcare bills that's not only very smart financially, but it's even profound. MediShare is a nonprofit with 400,000 members nationwide who pray for and share with each other. So yes, you're not stuck. There's another way, and it could save you a lot. Find out more. Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Part of a bridge has collapsed in Genoa, Italy. No word yet on whether anyone is hurt. Officials there are now blaming the collapse on a storm. The 5 adults arrested when 11 children were found starved at a New Mexico compound are being allowed to post bond. And ABC's Jim Ryan says investigators are still trying to identify a body found there.
The suspicion is that the body found in a trench surrounding a disheveled trailer where 11 malnourished children were living is that of Abdul Ghani Wahaj, who disappeared from his home in Georgia last year. His father is one of 2 heavily armed men arrested at the compound, along with 3 women. A judge has ruled that all 5 may post bond and visit the children.
Israel's prime minister has reportedly been meeting with the leader of Egypt.
Israel's Channel 10 News is reporting Netanyahu made a secret trip to Cairo on May 22nd to meet with the Egyptian president Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Based on American sources, the report says Gaza topped the agenda. That would have been just a week after the U.S. Embassy opened in Jerusalem and 62 Palestinians died in border protests. Easing the Gaza blockades and rehabilitation projects were reportedly discussed, as well as the blueprint for President Trump's peace plan. Netanyahu's office is declining to comment. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Netflix is looking for a new chief financial officer. David Wells, who has been in the post for the last 8 years, is stepping down, saying he wants to focus on philanthropy. This is ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Well, it's deer hunting season time, and you should head by Oakland Feed and Seed because they've got everything you need to make that possible for better hunting season. They got all the things you need to prepare yourself away. If you are a deer hunter, then you need to head by Oakland Feed and Seed because they are available, help you, and answer any questions you might have about what's the best to use. They've got the winter peas, molasses, 1 gallon, 2.5 gallons. They got buck strut, beet juice, the 6-way deer forage mix, 5-way deer forage mix, buck forage oats, buck jam, and on and on. They got chicory, deer greens. Plus, it is just getting ready for grass season coming soon. So get that fertilizer and fescue, 17-17-17 fertilizer, 10-10-10 fertilizer, K31 fescue, 5-star turf fescue. All of that's available, plus all your insect repellent, bird feed, plus so much more available at Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale.
Going to be very humid, though. We'll look for highs around 85 to 90. Tonight will be mostly fair and mild. Winds will be light as lows fall into the mid and upper 60s. Then on Wednesday, mostly sunny skies. A little bit hotter tomorrow, but with humidity still on the low side. Our highs around 87 to 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Well, we're going to experience a beautiful day today in the neighborhood. No rain in the forecast whatsoever. Mostly sunny. And here around our neighborhood, the Tri-City foothills, we're expected to get up to about 88 for a daytime high with light wind, only 5 miles per hour. The humidity is going to be down a little bit, not so high that it's unbearable. Now, it's going to be rainless today and tomorrow, and only a 30% chance of rain developing on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. So let's enjoy this day because, indeed, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Got this special announcement now from the Senior Center. Those of you listening earlier heard this already, but if you're just tuning in, due to air conditioning outage, the main Senior Center on Callahan-Coon Road will not serve lunch today. They will serve Meals on Wheels, though, and all those 3 satellites will be also available on regular schedule. But the main Senior Center on Callahan-Coon Road will not serve lunch due to an air conditioning problem. Now I have these death announcements. Eileen Taylor of Rutherford County passed on Wednesday, August 8th. Eileen was a licensed cosmetologist, and services will be held in Ventura County, California. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Eileen Taylor of Rutherford County. Alice Lehner, age 81 of Rutherfordton, died Sunday at St. Joseph's Hospital in Nashville, August 5th. A memorial service will be held 2 o'clock today in the Pageant at King Chapel, with Reverend David Hickleman officiating. Burial of ashes will follow in the Cool Springs Cemetery. Visitation is from 1 until 2 prior to the service at the mortuary. Pageant and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Alice Chenoweth Collins Lehner. Mr. David Wayne Geddes, 71 of Bostic, died Sunday, August 12th. The funeral will be conducted at 2 o'clock Wednesday, August 15th at Sunshine United Methodist Church. Reverend Keys Pendleton will officiate. Burial will follow in the church cemetery with military rites rendered by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. Visitation will be from 6 until 8 this evening at Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Services. For Mr. David Wayne Geddes. Mrs. Marie Mary Williams Gilbert, age 76, passed away Tuesday, August 7th at Hospice of the Carolinas Foothills in Landrum. A celebration of Marie's life will be held 4 p.m. Saturday, August the 18th at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church in Polk County with Reverend Warren Elliott and Reverend Bob Ammons officiating. Family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Mrs. Marie Mary Williams Gilbert. And those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. For the complete information on these and others as they become available to us, can be heard this morning at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report right here on the Most Information on 100.9 FM and 590 AM Rutherford, serving the foothills of the Carolinas. The Braves had a double win yesterday over the Marlins, 9-1 and 6-1, winning both games yesterday.
Folks, there's a lawsuit in California San Mateo County Superior Court. It alleges that YouTube has set minority hiring quotas. The suit's filed by somebody named Arn Wilberg, a YouTube recruiter who also worked for YouTube's parent company, Google. Now, Wilberg claims that last spring, YouTube recruiters were instructed to only interview female, Black, or Hispanic applicants. The suit also says the company told recruiters to purge the applications of anybody not fitting those categories. Wilberg, a white male, says he complained, and when he was ignored, he went to Google management. And shortly after that, they fired him. Google says this is rubbish, that they don't use identity to hire, just merit. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, 69% of Google's employees are men. White and Asian guys account for 91% of the Google staff, and the tech industry has had a big push to diversify. The Journal also reports that people familiar with Google and YouTube hiring practices corroborate some of the lawsuit's allegations, including the hiring freeze on white and Asian guys and YouTube's use of racial quotas. The Journal says the lawsuit threatens to ignite simmering controversy about Silicon Valley's politics and whether its predominantly liberal ideology is affecting how companies operate. That's controversial? Is there anybody anywhere who thinks liberal ideology has not infected and corrupted Silicon Valley? There are a lot of warnings you don't want to miss, like a sign saying bridge out up ahead. But in the digital world, there may be no warning when it comes to cyber threats. That's why the new LifeLock Identity Theft Protection now adds Norton Security. LifeLock uses proprietary technology to help detect threats to your identity, and Norton Security protects your devices from ransomware, emerging viruses, and other online threats. And if you have a problem, their agents will work with you to fix it. Now, of course, no one can stop every cyber threat or prevent all identity theft or even monitor all transactions in all businesses. But having new LifeLock with Norton means that they'll warn you about the threats you could otherwise miss on your own. Join now. Get an extra 10% off your first year, plus a $25 Amazon gift card with annual enrollment. Go to LifeLock.com or call 800-440-4833. Use the promo code RUSH. Terms apply.
Thank you for making WCAB your radio station of choice in the foothills. Now get the best of both worlds. 100.9 FM and 590 AM Rutherfordton.
Hi, I'm Colonel Greg Gatson, retired Army Colonel and former Garrison Commander of Fort Belvoir and proud U.S. veteran. I know from personal experience that the road to recovery can be difficult. If you've recently filed a VA disability claim and have to attend a VA claim exam, you've likely got questions. Search Compensation and Pension Exam on VA.gov for the answers you need and the benefits you've earned. Your VA claim exam. Know what's next.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs.
It's time for you to test drive the affordable, fuel-efficient Ford Fusion from Sisk Family Ford in Forest City. Family-owned Sisk Ford can put you into the car you want with a payment plan you can appreciate. If it's a truck you want, get the Ford truck that's breaking records in sales. Ask about why the sales department is being bragged on with each and every sale that they make. They love your business at Sisk Family Ford, and it shows. New and used automobiles and an award-winning service department makes Sisk Family Ford the choice for so many. Step up to Ford today. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City. Get ready for those hot summer months driving with a stop at RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue. The Express Inspection Station gets you back on the road and keeps you legal. Speedy Lube has 2 lanes to serve you, gets you in and out in no time, and vacuum your car while the oil is being changed, air conditioner checked, transmission flushed, wiper blades replaced if needed, even a top-of-the-line car wash, all at RS Speedy Lube and Inspection Station, Railroad Avenue in Ruth. Take care of that car and have a safe trip.
It was the summer of 1873 in Ellsworth, Kansas. The temperatures were in the 90s. A lack of buyers was causing the cattle to pile up, and since the drovers had to stick around until they were sold, the taverns were packed with bored cowboys. Ben Thompson and his brother Billy were in town. Ben had already developed a reputation as a gambler, gunman, and general hard case, and his no-good brother was even worse. On August 15, 1873, Ben financed John Sterling in a high-stake monte game on a 50-50 split of the winnings. Sterling won about $1,000. Not anxious to split the winnings, he avoided Ben. Later, Ben Thompson found Sterling. An argument ensued in which Ben was hit. Unhealed, Ben left. When Ben encountered Sterling again, he was with a no-good policeman named John Morco. They invited Ben to have at it. Ben went to get his pistol. Ben's brother Billy joined the fight. Billy was so drunk he accidentally discharged his shotgun, narrowly missing bystanders. When Sheriff Whitney, a close friend of the Thompsons, showed up, Billy pointed the shotgun at Whitney. Whitney cried out, "Don't shoot!" But it was too late. Ben immediately got his brother out of town. A dying Sheriff Whitney said he did not intend to do it. It was an accident. 4 years later, Billy Thompson was arrested in Texas and returned to Ellsworth for trial. He was acquitted by a jury some say was bribed. I would like to say that the killing of Sheriff Whitney lay heavy on the conscience of Billy Thompson, but then that's going under the assumption that Billy even had a conscience. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
7:16, here we are back in the phone booth to give our callers a ring this morning to find out what's been happening in the past 24 hours or so. Let's check in first with Corporal Green with the Sheriff's Department. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. Tell us what's been going on in the Sheriff's Department.
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office responded to 117 calls, made 9 arrests, currently have 196 in jail. In the investigation reports, we have Dennis Howard Toney of Rutherford who reported breaking and entering and larceny after breaking and entering. It appears some 18 dinner plates were stolen, some butter knives, cake knives, and a wooden chest that contained all those. Elizabeth Karen Syme of Towery Trace in Ellenboro reported second-degree trespassing. We have Melissa Murray of Ellenboro, who reported misdemeanor larceny. Appears her cell phone was stolen. James Lee Davison of Rutherford reported breaking and entering and larceny after breaking and entering. Air conditioning unit was stolen, an air compressor, chop shawl, and some shingles. And Danielle Lomacan of Far City reported identity theft and obtaining property by false pretense. In the arrest reports, we have a Jessica Nicole Lane of Spindale Street in Spindale, 32-year-old white female. She was arrested for misdemeanor probation violation. She received a $500 secure bond. A Brent William Hankerson of Broy Hill Road in Rutherford, 34-year-old white male, was arrested for failing to appear on the misdemeanor. He received a $1,000 secure bond. Christian Eugene Harden, 16-year-old white male from Beaver Street in Far City, was arrested for failing to appear on a misdemeanor. He received a $750 secure bond. Brandy Lee Campbell, North Broadway Street in Far City, 24-year-old white female, was arrested for failing to appear on the misdemeanor. She received a $500 secure bond. Donald Ray Bailey Jr., Pleasant Hill Loop Road in Rutherford, 26-year-old white male, was arrested for felony fleet of elude, assault and battery, reckless driving to endanger. He received a $3,000 secure bond. And a Donald Ray, I've already read that one. That's all I have for you, sir.
Corporal Gordon, thank you very much for that report, and you be safe out there today.
You too. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. That's the service report this morning with sound effects. 19 minutes after 7, we'll get to 911 Communications Center right after this. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Here's Derek now with the 911 Communications Center report. Derek, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. Hope you're doing well.
Yep.
Good. What's on the report?
All right. In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 416 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 50 EMS, 15 rescue. Sheriff's Office, we had 117, 91 for Forest City, 10 for Lake Lure, 28 for Rutherfordton, 46 Spindale. Forest City Fire Department responded to a motor vehicle accident. Spindale responded to a motor vehicle accident. And Sandy Mush responded to a motor vehicle accident. And that is all we had.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
You as well, sir. Thank you.
Did you know that Rutherford County's largest pediatrics practice has 5 providers to serve the children and youth of this area? And even better, Rutherford Children's Care is welcoming new patients. With 3 physicians and 2 mid-level providers, the group is available to examine, diagnose, and treat patients from birth to age 18. Rutherford Children's Care is conveniently located at 162 Commercial Drive in Forest City, just behind Big Dave's Restaurant. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828-287-9325. 21 now past the hour of 7 o'clock. Baseball this evening with the Miami Marlins again. They beat them twice. Braves beat them twice yesterday. Got another series with them coming up tonight, tomorrow night. And Ruby Taylor is on the phone now to give us the SDO Fire District report. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us what's on the report.
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and on my birthday calendar, I have John Powell having birthdays today, and hope he has a nice day. Signs are in the range today and tomorrow. Jim, that's all I got.
Thanks, Ruby. Have a good day over there.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, hearing loss can be a contributing factor to dementia, they tell us, early dementia, because one of the things that happens when you start losing your hearing, you start isolating yourself, lack of communications, lack of associating with friends and family. And there's something that can be done about that loss of hearing. Very simple process. Contact Miracle Ear office in Forest City at 447-7716. There's a free hearing test that Lisa Terry, the hearing specialist, will give to you. No obligation. Doesn't take just a few minutes, and that'll let you know sort of where you are in terms of your hearing. And if you are beginning to recognize some hearing loss, it's amazing the kind of things it can do for you. Miracle Ear is noted, worldwide company, but it's made in America, American-made product. And Lisa's been able to help a lot of your friends and my friends with the hearing. So why not you? You deserve it. Call Miracle Ear today, 447-7716. Remember, untreated hearing loss is the number one contributing factor of early dementia. Check with them real soon. Don't put it off any longer. Steve is next. He's up in the Rumbling Ball area of beautiful Rutherford County with our report today. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Jim. It's 63 degrees here this morning. It's nice and mild. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
One yesterday, so 2 in a row without rain. We'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, lately, too much of too little is not not the sweet spot. I like the sweet spot, but we're got a few days without rain, so that's a good thing for lately anyway. It was relatively quiet yesterday. Just a couple medical runs, nothing way out of the ordinary kind of thing. I do have one thing to report. Bills Creek Baptist Church, this Saturday, August 18th, they're going to have a vacation Bible school, Surviving the Wild Day. It's, I guess, one day on a Saturday just after school started. And it starts at 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Breakfast is included. So they're going to have that good event for the community there this Saturday at 10 a.m. So I'm sure a lot of folks will come out there and enjoy what they have to offer. So, and we're just on normal go now. I guess we're going to gear up for the Dirty Dancing event in about a week and a half. And once again, I'll see people I haven't seen ever. Probably never see them again. They come from all over, and just to go to this event. And so we're glad to have them anyway.
Well, I'm practicing up.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. I'm sure you would be you might draw a bigger crowd.
And my chiropractor on standby.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, they always have a very nice band, and it's open to the public, so it doesn't cost anything to get in, and so it's all good.
Good thing. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. You have a great day up there, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Take
Thanks.
care.
Bye bye. Romney Ball reporter Steve there from the Gatehouse. 25 minutes after 7. You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302. Here's Bob Hodge now over in the Hudlow Fire District, keeping an eye on things for us. Bob, how you doing this morning?
Oh, we're doing just fine. Drinking my coffee and watching the sun come up here this morning.
Boy, ain't life good.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's going to be another nice day today, so not too awful hot.
Not too wet?
But a little change of rain, but not much, so good time everybody get out and work in the yard, I reckon, while it's cool every morning.
Boy, I just about need a jungle guy to get through my yard.
Well, you can get Faye. She knows how to drive a mower there. Just tell her, and she'll mow it for you.
Well, she's recuperating from a certain knee surgery, so she's off of the mower for a while.
Oh, uh-oh. Well,
I haven't been able to do it because it's been too wet. Yeah.
I don't guess that'll work, so I guess you'll have to do it then yourself
I'll
there.
have to do it, yeah.
Well, I hope she gets doing better there. And
She's doing great.
well, good. And Jim, up there with our fire department, we answered one medical call. Hadn't had any fire wreck calls overnight, so that's good. And things are running on good up here this morning. Maybe it'll stay that way and have a good day. So I hope you have a good day, Jim, and you take care, and I'll talk to you in the morning.
Bob, thanks so much. I'll look forward to that, and you have a great day up there.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bob Hodge reporting out of Hudlow Fire District this morning. It's 28 now past 7, and we have 65 degrees.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC.
We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
You know, Southern Carpet over in Forest City, they're in the dream-making business. If you're dreaming of new carpet and floor covering in your house, if it's old carpet and you're ready for a change, or if you've never had carpet before or new floor covering, it's time to talk with the good friends over at Southern Carpet. Family business, pleased to have been growing for over 20 years. Geraldine and Clayton Tony, they share a bit of Southern hospitality with your flooring needs, and they've got everything from carpets, hardwood, laminate, ceramic tile, luxury vinyl, sheer vinyl. The Target flooring is absolutely beautiful and resilient. And they're proud and offer American-made products whenever possible. Locally grown, locally owned business right here in our beautiful Rutherford County. So if you have a dream about new floors, don't do anything until you talk with Southern Carpet. They're located there in Forest City, right across the North State Gas Company. You can also find them on the website at southerncarpet.net. They're 1512 West Main Street, Forest City. Check with them next time.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
We're going to make a quick stop over in Bostic, drop-in store there at Bostic, and talk with John this morning. Audrey's taking a little time off today. So, John, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing just fine. How about you?
I'm doing great. Ready to find out what you got cooking back there in the grill.
Yes, sir. We've got a great breakfast special going on all month. We've got sausage biscuits right now. They're $1.59 or 2 for $3. And then we're really excited about in the afternoons and at supper time you can get we're calling it our triple play, and for $1.99 you get one of our chicken strips and 2 of our famous hot wings and 3 potato wedges. So all that for $1.99, and you can throw in a 32-ounce drink on top of that for just 99 cents more. So that's a full meal for less than $3.
You can't beat that, John. You know, I still hear people brag about your chicken. I'll tell you, nobody does chicken quite like you folks do.
So we appreciate that. So they take a lot of pride in it. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's fresh chicken and never frozen, and the girls marinate it overnight, and we hand bread it. And it's just there's a lot of labor of love that goes into that chicken.
Stores are open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. over there in the drop-in store there right across from the post office. And John is looking after things today and answering all your questions about good food and good service that they offer. If you need the help, if you buy your groceries, you need help, they can even help take your groceries to the car for you. And you don't find personal service like that much anymore, but that personal service goes a long way. People will really appreciate it, John.
So we appreciate it, and like I said, if anybody ever comes in our store and can't find what they're looking for, if they'll let us know, then we'll do our best to get it in for them. That way they don't have to make a trip all the way into town.
There you go. John, thanks so much for being with us today. Look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. That's John over at Drop In. They're right across from the post office near, Bostic Post Office, right there, Highway US, Bostic Sunshine Highway is what I'm trying to say. All right, we're going over to Cherry Mountain, not too far from there, and get in touch with Sue and find out what's happening in that community. Then remind you, though, those of you who are just waking up, planning on going to the Senior Center today for lunch, there won't be any. Senior Center air conditioning unit is out, so the main Senior Center on Callahan Coon Road will not be serving lunch today. But if you go to the Meals on Wheels or get the Meals on Wheels, they will serve those, and all the satellite sites will be on regular schedule as well. They apologize for any inconvenience, but they'll have that repaired real soon. But no meals served there at the Senior Center today. Sue Price is up next there in Cherry Mountain Fire District. Sue, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Tell us what's been going on over there.
Well, I think it's been quiet. I hadn't had any calls from the fire department, so that's good. And I've got 65 degrees this morning, so it's nice out there. Sun's coming up. We did get rain last night, about 9:45 or something. It started raining and rained about 20 minutes. So had a pretty good shower. Well, let's see. I don't have any birthdays on my calendar for today or my church calendar, so my personal calendar, and nothing on Fairview's. First Broad's got a birthday for Chris Mason and anniversary for Ben and Libby Queen, so I hope those folks are going to have a good day, and we hope anybody that's celebrating a birthday or anniversary will have a good day on their special day. And in my announcements, there will be a chopped sirloin steak dinner at the Hopewell Hollis Clubhouse from 4 to 8 p.m. on August the 18th. Adults are $10, children 6 to 12, $5, and under 6 is free. And it's sponsored by the Ruatan Club, so I always have a good supper over there. The Golden Valley Community Club is holding a fundraiser raffle. You have 3 chances to win. The drawing date is September the 8th. $10 per ticket. The prizes are a Rudger 1022, a Mossberg M500, and a Tyrus Judge. Now, those things don't mean anything to me, but I know to the hunters and the rifle people they'll mean something. And if you buy a $10 ticket, you have a chance on all 3. If you win on the first draw, they'll put your name back in for the second and then for the third. So if you're really, really lucky, you could win all 3 on the $10 ticket. And you can pick up a ticket at Bostic Florist. Sherry has them out there, so... And I reckon that's all the news I have, Jim. It's just quiet and calm over here, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks, Sue. I appreciate it, you too, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye.
100.9 FM, 590 AM from the county seat in Rutherford to the foothills of the Carolinas. We're happy to report to you each morning with the morning report, Monday through Saturday. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. We're going racing this weekend. On Friday, we have the Food City 300 from Bristol, 7 o'clock airtime. And we'll also have Polk County and Chase football action, 6:45 countdown to kickoff. And then Stanley plays at East, RS at McDowell, and TJ at North Lincoln. So high school football is here, ladies and gentlemen, before I forget it. And I almost did forget it, matter of fact. High school football already here in August. All right, let's head up toward Union Mills and get to Kelly report from Miss Brenda. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this terrific Tuesday?
I'm doing mighty fine.
It's nice and cool this morning.
It does feel good out there in a beautiful morning.
It is, yeah, it is. We need this after all this rain we've had.
Oh, we do, don't we?
But Sue said she had rain last night. As far as I know, we didn't get any. It don't look like it anyway. So
I don't think we did either. I didn't hear it or see it this morning, any indication of it. So I think we've had a plenty for a while.
And you know what comes after that football season is Carolina Tar Heels.
Tar Heel basketball. That's right. It rolls around fast for sure.
Ooh, I'm telling you, it seems like I just got over it. I don't get into golf, but I was flipping through the channel Sunday, and I seen where Tiger Woods was playing it somewhere, I don't know where. But and I was wanting him to win, and I watched it for a little bit. But like I say, I'm dumb on golf. I know nothing at all about it. But one of my friends, she plays golf, so I called her yesterday, and I said, "How did Tiger do?" I said, "I was hoping he'd win." She said he come in second.
Yeah, he sure did.
I said, "Well, bless his heart, he's having a comeback, ain't he?"
Yeah, he's played fairly well. He did pretty good. He thought he might win that one, but he did. You know, one thing about watching golf, you don't have to know the sport to enjoy watching them, because you don't have to know all the statistics of how many, how many quarterbacks there are and how many
bogeys and birdies and all that stuff. I know.
Just have to watch to see if the ball goes in the hole at the right time.
But I watched it for about 15 minutes, and I said, "Well, I know nothing is all about this." But I was hoping he would win, but I'm still glad that he came in second. But we hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. I've got 60 degrees on the front porch. Birthday today is Anna Lawson. I don't have any on around here, so we hope Anna has a great old big day on her special day. And then ways of announcements, the Nanny Clan reunion Sunday, August the 19th, 12:30 p.m., Round Hill Baptist Church Fellowship Hall in Union Mills. Copper Dish Luncheon, business and history program after lunch. History program will be about the Shadrach Nanny estate and will center around research that Diane Nanny has done about his property, deeds, will, and such. Anyone interested in the Nanny family ancestors, welcome to attend. And so far, that's all I got going on. Just short, sweet, and quiet.
My mother-in-law used to, before she passed on, she used to enjoy watching golf on television. She never played a round of golf in her life. She never even played carpet golf, I don't think, but she used to love to watch it, I guess because of the beauty of the golf courses.
They are pretty,
She'd come to the house sometime and she'd say, any golf games on TV? So we try to find one on the weekends for her to watch.
As far as I know, I ain't never played golf either, so that just never turned me on, so.
Well, I'll tell
there's
you.
a lot of people that enjoy it, but I was interested in that Sunday, so. But everybody's different, and that's what makes the world go round.
You'll have to get your friends and y'all go out to the golf course and play a round or two.
Oh, she goes up at Lake Lure somewhere all the time, but no, that's not my cup of tea. Now, if I was out on the basketball court, I might shoot a basketball.
You might enjoy a round of golf.
Well, I might. I don't know. Never tried it, so there you go.
I bet you could throw that ball.
I don't know. I know nothing at all about it.
Well, it's a fun sport, but it's also an aggravating sport. It frustrates you to no end.
Really?
Yeah. Even the professionals, it frustrates them.
I'm frustrated enough as it is, so I don't need something else.
Well, I know what you mean.
Oh, man.
Well, listen, you have a great day up there, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.
One. We'll catch you later.
Thanks, Brenda. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda Kelly on the report this morning, 7:41 now.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Our Foothills Journal that we put out annually in August is about ready to go out, but we're finishing up, fine-tuning it, and putting everything together. It should be going out here in a few days. It will have all the high school football schedules in there, who's playing who and when. It'll also have our broadcast schedules of the games we will be doing on the air. And we'll try to rotate those on an equal basis, all 4 high schools. And so that schedule will be in there as well. Jay Coombs and will be highlighting that again, along with Cliff Pamel. And their picture will be in there, of course, and the Foothills Journal will be coming out here real soon. And if you, of course, we mail out 20,000 of those to direct mailings, and everybody don't get one, and we're sorry about that, but we try to get out 20,000 of those, and a few extra copies in case you didn't get one. You could contact us, and we'll try to have a couple available for you as well. So it's going to be another interesting one, I believe. All right, let's go to Luther Gilligan now in Ellenboro and see what he's got to say to us this morning. Luther Gilligan, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Bishop. Hope you're having a good day.
I am so far. Hope you are.
So far, so good. Hey, I'm having a great time down here. Sun's up, I'm up, we're both out shining bright this morning.
Hey, I like that.
Having a good time. Of course, heavy dew on the ground, though. Get your shoes wet, your pants stays wet if you walk through tall grass. But we try to stay on the pavement where it's dry. It's quiet down here this morning. Things are peaceful. Everybody just get their biscuit and their coffee and their gas and they're heading on that to work. See, part of them, they were quiet. They had 3 medical calls, 1 tree down last time, yesterday, but they quiet this morning. So everything going good for them. Everything going good with everything else. I want to remind everybody the yard sale Saturday morning, 8-12 hour at the Women's Club at that intersection 74 North Glen Street. That'll be from 8 to 12 Saturday morning. We're going to have part of the stuff from Rachel Crow Bradley estate there. So everybody's invited to come on out, take a look, see what they have. And we wish happy birthday today to Dusty Fishel. He's having a birthday today. And the older boy of mine, Alan Gillick, he's having a birthday today. So Hope they have a great day and enjoy their day. And nothing else going on down here, Jim. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, thank you very much. You have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
Bye-bye. And Luther leaves us time for a birthday party for this 14th day of August. If you are celebrating today, call us now, 287-3356, and we'll celebrate birthdays and anniversaries and give away some De La Donuts from Granny B's this morning. So get yours called into us now. Are you looking around your house? Is it time to replace your doors or your windows, or maybe both? Let my friend David Allen give you a quote on what you need to help your house become more efficient in these hot and cold seasons. David's got over 50 years of combined experience in the construction field, and his expertise runs indoors and windows. Visit Henson's beautiful showroom and ask David about your concerns and your needs about windows and doors. He's got windows and door displays spaced throughout the showroom to help you get a good idea of what you want to go with. It's just that easy. Henson's has more than you think. They're more than just a lumber yard. They're located on Duke Street, and they got folks like David Allen to help you with your questions about doors and windows. Check them out before you do anything drastic someplace else. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today. While they're fresh, they're good, they're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to David Bridges of Sandy Moosh. He's 39 today. And Trey Short is 21 over in Fall City. And Madison Weiss is 13 down in Henrietta. And on the calendar, we've got... let me see if I can get this right. Kajani Latham. He's 4 years old. Kajani Latham. And Anna Lawson is also having a birthday today. So happy birthday, everybody. And happy birthday, everybody. I'll see who's going to win the donuts in just a moment. Stand by. Christopher Morgan had a birthday yesterday. We celebrated today.
Have you known people who started out strong but finished up losing out? Maybe they were a smashing success from the beginning in the business world, but as time went on they lost their initiative and drive and ended up being let go from their job. Or possibly someone else ran their life and business with totally ethical standards when they first started out, but over the years, unethical decisions were made that clouded the picture and ruined their integrity. What happened? Why would people let that happen? It may be like the man who was hired to paint white lines along the highway. The first day he painted 10 miles of lines. Wow, that was incredible. The boss assured him a raise if that kind of work continued. However, the next few days didn't go so well. His second day on the job, his distance dropped to 5 miles, and the third day it was down to 1 mile. When he turned in his worksheet at the end of the third day, the boss chose to let him go rather than keep him on the payroll. As the disappointed worker left the boss's office, he was heard to say, "It wasn't my fault. I kept getting farther away from the can." If we get far away from our source of strength and moral direction, we too can lose out. We can become enamored with ourselves and forget where true strength and moral insight come from. Staying in tune with God through prayer, church attendance, and reading His guidebook, the Bible, will help us not only start strong, but be strong at the finish line. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
And a big congratulations going out to Madison Weiss of Henrietta. He has won the Daylight Donuts this morning. He's 13 years old, and he's now the donut winner. Just come by here and pick up that certificate, take it over to Granny B's, and enjoy. Coming up next hour, Andrew Tisdale's usually in on Tuesday. He's sending a special guest this morning to be representing him, but we'll have that report from Andrew Tisdale's office in just a few moments, and some more stuff to talk about right here live in the Blue Room on 100.9 FM and 590 AM.
Is like a lovely tune. Beware, my foolish heart, how white the ever-constant moon. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination that's hard to see on an evening such as this. For they both have the very same sensation when you're locked in the magic of a kiss. Her lips are much too close to mine. Beware, my foolish heart. But should our eager lips combine, then let the fire storm. For this time it isn't fascination or a dream that would fade and fall apart. It's love. This time it's love, my foolish heart.
Tell you about a man I know. He's my baby and he thrills me so. Every morning before the sun comes up, he brings me coffee in my favorite cup. That's how I know, yes I know. Hallelujah, I just love him so. When I'm in trouble and I have no friend, I know he'll be with me till the end. Everybody asks me how I know. I smile at them and say he told me so. That's how I know. Yes, I know. Hallelujah, I just love him so. And when I call him on the telephone, tell him that I'm all alone. By the time I count from 1 to 4, I hear him on my door. In the evening when the sun goes down and the
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. London police say they suspect terrorism after a man drove his car into a barrier near the Houses of Parliament. Vicky Barker is on the scene.
Parliament Square has been sealed off. Westminster Underground Station closed. Buses rerouted. Residents and office workers in the immediate area have been told to stay inside until police have a better idea of just what they're dealing with here.
All 5 of the state's living former governors spoke out about 2 referendums submitted by the General Assembly that critics say amount to a legislative power grab. GOP lawmakers defend the amendments as bringing more transparency to filling vacant judgeships and clarifying what amendment authority the legislature has held historically. Former Governor Mike Easley.
Our overriding concern is about the people of North Carolina. And if these amendments were to pass, there would be one lawsuit after the other, and it would go on for a long time.
Governor Roy Cooper visited the Columbus County Rebuild NC Application Center yesterday. The center is one of 3 in the area that opened in June to help people whose homes were damaged by Hurricane Matthew. Cooper told WCT News,
people here deserve relief. People across the state deserve relief. There are a lot of people who've gotten some help, but there's a lot more that we need to do, and I know that they are all working hard to do that.
Heavy rainfalls forced numerous road closures in Pennsylvania. The Lackawanna County, the borough of Old Forge, declared a state of emergency and asked all residents to stay off the roads. Lackawanna County Emergency Coordinator Richard Borlish says the river overflowed its banks in several spots.
Emergency crews are pretty much catching up on the backlog of calls that they had.
Forsyth County Democrats have chosen Winston-Salem Councilmember Derwin Montgomery to replace ex-Representative Ed Haynes. You're listening to NCN News.
Sometimes the simplest things can make the biggest difference. An extra pair of hands, a smile, or a shoulder. At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we feel the same about home and auto coverage, affordable rates, trusted service, and local agents. After all, making one simple difference in your life helps you make a big difference in another's. Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Hey football fans, the wait is over. The 2018 ACC Football Preview Magazine is out on newsstands right now. Get your football fix before the season kicks off with predictions from the experts, recruiting news, and rankings of the best ACC players and teams. No other magazine dedicates 10 pages to each ACC school, each jam-packed with stats and information. Want a copy shipped to you? Order your copy today by going to accsports.com and clicking on the Football Preview banner.
Rising water has forced rescues and evacuations yesterday in parts of Pennsylvania. Don Daler is there.
In Pottsville, the cleanup started shortly after the water receded. Crews repaired a road that buckled under the floodwaters. On the Lehigh River in Slatington, about 70 miles north of Philadelphia, emergency crews scrambled to locate nearly 150 missing rafters, who were part of a group that ran into trouble when the weather worsened. Kayak instructor Jerry McAward helped rescue 6 young women stuck in the middle of the river.
Former Vice President Al Gore is traveling the state to talk about environmental justice. Gore is joining Poor People's Campaign leader and former NAACP president, Reverend Dr. William Barber. In particular, the two criticized Duke Energy for its collection of coal ash basins across North Carolina. Mr. Gore said,
just as the pollution goes in the air, it goes into the ground, and this coal ash is poison. We don't need coal ash anymore. We don't need global warming anymore.
Have completed the extraordinary move of impeaching the entire state Supreme Court. Jim Crisula has that.
Members of the West Virginia House have voted to impeach all 4 state Supreme Court justices for abusing their power by spending more than $3 million in taxpayers' money for office renovations. A 5th justice resigned before she could be impeached. A suspended justice is facing a 23-count federal indictment on various fraud charges.
A North Carolina Supreme Court candidate fighting to have his party affiliation listed on the November ballot has won a second victory in court. A Wake County Superior Court judge halted enforcement of a new law removing certain judicial candidates' party affiliation. An Asheville attorney has been granted access to deputy body camera footage from a traffic stop where 2 men were strip searched before being released without criminal charges. Mike Rayleigh, NC.
Today's hits and yesterday's memories, WCAB Rutherfordton.
from ABC News. I'm Sherry Preston. A car crashes into barricades outside Parliament in London, and police there say
we are treating it as a terrorist incident.
Neil Basu is Assistant Commissioner at Scotland Yard, says it appears the crash was deliberate.
Our priority now is to formally establish the identity of the suspect and establish his motivation if we can. He is not currently cooperating.
More from ABC's Molly Hunter in London.
And they're appealing to the public to come forward with any additional information, photos, videos, witness statements, anything that might help them piece this morning together. It happened at 7:37. Parliament is in recess for August. Not a lot of tourists, but several people were sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
One of those people has already been released. In Genoa, Italy, a bridge has collapsed. There are fears several people may have died. Officials say at least 10 cars are involved. Some may be trapped. There are new questions about the firing of FBI agent Peter Strzok over his anti-Trump texts. Here's ABC Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas.
Despite FBI agent Peter Strzok's claims that his distaste for Trump never affected his work, he was terminated, something his attorney believes was due to pressure from the president. And when the president learned that Strzok had been fired, he tweeted, "Finally." Trump livid because of disparaging text messages Strzok sent to former FBI attorney Lisa Page, in which he repeatedly called then-candidate Trump an idiot and suggested that he needed to be stopped.
President Trump tweeting this morning about fired advisor Omarosa Manigault-Newman, calling her crazed, crying lowlife, and he says she's a dog. Primary day in 4 states.
In Minnesota, voters begin picking a replacement for Democratic Senator Al Franken. Primary contest before a special election to fill out his term through 2020 after Me Too allegations forced Franken's resignation. Vermont's race for governor includes a Democratic transgender woman and a 14-year-old, both running.
ABC's Andy Field. You're listening to ABC News.
This is a special announcement for all Americans who owe back taxes to the IRS or state. Pay attention. There's a special toll-free hotline set up especially for you. This hotline will give you free information on how you can legally reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call the taxpayer hotline today at 800-441-1943. Grab a pen or put the number in your cell phone. 800-441-1943. You'll speak with qualified professionals who'll tell you how to stop the collection calls, IRS letters, bank levies, and wage garnishments. And they'll deal directly with the IRS on your behalf, so you don't have to. Even if you haven't filed returns or you already are in a payment plan, you can still get relief. New IRS settlement policies have opened the doors for a fresh start. But hurry, this won't last forever, and your tax problem will only get worse if you do nothing or try to handle it yourself. It makes a big difference in who you call. So call the taxpayer hotline today for free information. 800-441-1943. 800-441-1943.
Brought to you by South Coast Tax.
It seems the Democrat running for governor in Texas has lost her gun. Here's ABC's Chuck Sievertson.
The gun belonging to Lupe Valdez, the long-shot Democratic challenger to Republican Governor Greg Abbott, is missing, says her spokesperson. It's a 9mm Beretta that was loaned to Valdez while she was Dallas County Sheriff. She stepped down in December to run for governor. She and the Sheriff's Department are looking. Valdez would be the state's first Texas governor who's Hispanic and openly gay if she wins.
West Virginia's entire Supreme Court is in trouble. Last month, one justice resigned. Now the 4 left have been impeached. They're all accused of spending extravagantly on their offices, racking up hundreds of thousands of dollars in bills. Prayers are being offered for the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Several reports say she is seriously ill in the hospital. And for one California family, remembering birthdays is really, really easy.
August 13th is a special day for Sarah Peeler of Orange, California. That's her birthday, and she shares it with her father and her grandmother, and now her newborn daughter was born on Monday, 8/13. Peeler says this is something she and her husband never planned for.
Once we reached the week of, I think we both looked at each other and said, I think we're going to do it. Probably so. I think we're going to hit the day. It's just fate.
So the Peelers earn themselves a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records for most generations born on the same day. Ryan Peeler said the odds are 1,000,000 to 1 for something like this, but it's better than any lotto ticket. Todd Ant, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Sherry Preston, ABC.
Hey, what in the world are you eating?
A donut.
A donut. What's in it?
Ice cream.
Ice cream in a donut? What's it called?
What's it called? An ice cream stuffed donut. Duh.
Well, where'd you get it?
Jesse James Railroad Express.
Jesse James Railroad Express. Now, where in the world is that?
That's at 531 Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Let's go get one, folks.
Well, after some low clouds or fog here and there early in the day, high pressure to our north and west should leave us with more sun than clouds overall today. We'll have seasonably warm temperatures. Humidity not too bad, though. We'll look for highs around 85 to 90. Tonight will be mostly fair. We'll have light winds. It'll be mild, lows in the mid to upper 60s. We'll run a couple degrees hotter on Wednesday under mostly sunny skies. Humidity stays on the low side. Our highs tomorrow between 87 and 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Mike. It is going to be a beautiful day here in the foothills. 65 right now, warming up to 88. The humidity is going to be relatively low as well. No rain in the forecast today, tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night, but only a 30% chance for the weekend. So not a bad weekend for kicking off football Friday night weather this week. Right now, again, 65 degrees. Once again, in case you're just getting up, those of you who go to the senior center for lunch, they are not serving lunch today over there because of an air conditioner problem. The main senior center on Callahan-Coon Road will not serve lunch today, but they will be serving Meals on Wheels and all three satellite sites on regular schedule today, but they're on the site there at the Callahan-Coon Road. They will not serve meals today because they have an air conditioning problem. Well, it's Tuesday, and Tuesday we always welcome Andrew Tisdale in the Blue Room. He's a financial advisor with Edward Jones, making sense of investment. But Andrew is not here today. He sent someone even better. He sent Lisa Barrett, the office manager of the Edward Jones office, and she's with us today. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me today.
I don't want to make a sexist comment, but you're so much better looking than Andrew.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I hope he hears that recording after it's over.
I'll make sure he does.
Yeah, I'll tell him that. You're here to talk about something that Edward Jones is involved with nationally, that is Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Correct. Edward Jones is pioneering the way to Alzheimer's research, and every year this time of year, the Alzheimer's Association has a walk. It's the world's largest event to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. And the event is held annually in more than 600 communities nationwide. The Alzheimer's Association has worked closely with Edward Jones to create the Edward Jones Alzheimer's Research Fund, and it's a targeted effort to advance research towards methods of treatment, prevention, and ultimately a cure at a quicker pace. Right now, there's currently not a cure, and we walk every year for that to raise money in hopes of that first survivor and creating a cure. Edward Jones serves as the exclusive walk to end Alzheimer's. We're their national presenting sponsor. In 2017, our associates formed more than 2,700 teams around the communities, and together we raised more than $2.3 million to benefit the Alzheimer's Association. And this went to care, support, and research efforts. Overall, Edward Jones has committed cash in kind, support, and associate fundraising that will exceed over $12 million over 5 years to support the mission of the Alzheimer's Association. We are committed as a firm and as branch teams to raise awareness of the issues that affect both the physical and the financial health of our clients. Edward Jones branch teams around the country will be participating in this event. Our event, we participate in the Hendersonville event. That will be September 29th, that's on a Saturday, at Jackson Park in Hendersonville. And our team is Minds Matter, and that's Minds with a Z, so Minds Matter. Anybody that wants to join our team, they can come by the office. They can go to the World Wide Web at alz.org and look for Minds Matter.
Even if they choose not to walk, they can make a donation.
Absolutely. They can make a donation. They can make their donations out to the Alzheimer's Association, and Molly, who is our representative, will come by and pick those up.
I was talking with some friends yesterday about how many people that we know that are afflicted by Alzheimer's. Yes. It's amazing.
Yes. Almost every household in America is affected by this disease in one way or another. In fact, Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States, and a lot of people don't realize that. So, the 6th leading cause, that's high. 1 in 3 seniors dies from this every year.
Well, it would be amazing if they could indeed find a cure.
Absolutely.
Maybe through this medical research, they might do that at some point.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate all the facts, all the things that Edward Jones Agency is doing, and your local agency, what you're doing as well. I know you participate in that.
Absolutely. I'm walking in honor and memory of my grandmother. She passed away just a few months shy of her 100th birthday, and she did have Alzheimer's and dementia. I also have two friends whose husbands were diagnosed at early age. They had early onset. They were in their 40s. My one friend, her husband had it for many years until the disease finally claimed his life back in 2016. My other friend, her husband is still surviving, but it's very difficult. He's up at the VA hospital.
Yeah. Well, it's something that hopefully I'm glad you're raising aware of that fact that it is not just out there somewhere, it's right here.
It's right here.
Right here, close at home. Lisa Barrett is my guest, and she is the brains of the operation, branch manager of Edward Jones, Andrew Tisdale's office there, and representing him today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the work you're doing for those
Thank
times.
you.
And I'll be back with the news from here and there and the Sheriff's Report right after this. By the way, you can reach Edward Jones at 173 Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton, and that phone number is 287-9197. Come on over and experience the authentic family-owned Mi Pueblito. Delicious hot meals and daily specials served fresh every day. Mi Pueblito is one of Rutherford County's favorite places to dine. They have been voted #1 best Mexican restaurant in Rutherford County. Enjoy taco salads, burritos, quesadillas, enchiladas. Many popular lunch specials are the all-time favorite, fajitas. They have something for everyone, even the hard-to-please amigo. Great service, warm atmosphere, full-service bar, and a large party rooms available. 2 locations to serve you, South Washington Street in Rutherfordton and Oak Street Extension in Forest City. Or visit them anytime at mepubs.com. That's mepubs.com. Visit Mi Pueblito, Mexican cuisine at its finest. I'm a big fan. Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care. Now let's look at some stories from here and there as we scan other sources of news that are being reported and some local and regional stuff. Well, the discussions are still out there. People still upset and bothered about the resignation of Joe Maimone at Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy. An online petition is calling for the reinstatement of former Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy headmaster Joe Maimone, according to a story in today's edition of the Daily Courier. The petition, which was started by current TJCA parent Ing Collins, who has already written a letter to the editor regarding Maimone's resignation in the paper as well, states the petition will be submitted to the board of directors demanding that Mr. Maimone be reinstated as headmaster at TJCA. Maimone's resignation was announced Tuesday, August 7th in a press release prior to the Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy Board's regular monthly business meeting. His resignation was effective July 31st. And much has been said about that, and the folks that have been writing about this, talking about this, are really upset over the fact that he was handled so much differently than what they had hoped for, and it was a total surprise to most of them. Maimone, who routinely delivers reports to the board during the monthly business meetings, was not present. Neither he nor his resignation were mentioned by the board, nor was the matter listed on the meeting's agenda. In part, the petition states, quote, "I realize that whatever agreement was made behind closed doors with the TJCA board will keep us from knowing what happened. That is terrible, unfortunate, as I perceive a grave injustice has occurred," end quote. Well, Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy was founded in 1999 by Maimone and his wife, Georgia. He had served in the position of headmaster since the inception of TJCA. In a message that was released from TJCA Board Chair Ray Maxwell last week to school staff and families on behalf of the school's board of directors, Maxwell states, quote, "While we regret the resignation of our headmaster and understand that families and teachers were surprised to hear the news, Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy, CFA, has strong, talented, and capable staff in place to carry on the wonderful work of our teachers and students. So they are still up in the air about that. A lot of petitions going on about that resignation. Still a lot of unanswered questions about why it happened, the way it happened, and the possibilities of reinstatement. We don't know. Don't know the personnel matter was not there, was not privy to the conversation, was not privy to the board meeting. So this is all being reported in the Daily Courier. Meanwhile, our women roofers visiting Portland to do some work there. The Women Roofers of Rutherford County, a local group of volunteers who roof houses through Rutherford Housing Partnership and Habitat for Humanity, have become famous over the last few years, having appeared in national magazines, television shows, and social media. People across the country have drawn inspiration by their spirit of community generosity and cooperation. A recent trip to Portland, Oregon, by 4 members of the group opened their eyes to more possibilities for improving the lives of the people of Rutherford County. So they've made a trip there and hope to learn some things to bring back to Rutherford County to help support our own teams here. Meanwhile, other news from here and there this morning. A former employee of a Chesney convenience store was arrested Monday after the business owner said he stole at least $10,000 or more from the store. Paul Allen Morrow, 49 of Spindell Street, Spindell, faces a charge of breach of trust more than or equal to $10,000. According to an arrest warrant between July 1st and July 26, 2018, an employee at Deb's Mini Mart on Chesney Highway voided multiple transactions, rang them up as 1 cent, and pocketed the money. The owner of the store called Spartanburg County deputies on July 26, the report stated, and the convenience store employee has been accused of pocketing at least $10,000. He was Paul Allen Morrow, 49 of Spindell Street in Spindell. Meanwhile, South Carolina authorities believe they have located the remains of a Landrum man who went missing last month, according to a release from Cherokee County Coroner Dennis Fowler. According to Fowler, a cadaver dog located a body inside a small ravine in a wooded area in Blacksburg around 9 a.m. Sunday morning. A wallet recovered from the clothing of the body contained identification for 24-year-old Jeremy Lee Philowat of Edgewood Avenue, Landrum. The coroner will use dental records to confirm the identity of the body. Based on its state of decomposition, the corpse has been at least the location for about 2 weeks. Police discovered the body about 150 yards off of Parker Road, where Philowat's abandoned 2006 Jeep Liberty was found by authorities on August 4th. Some of his belongings were left inside that vehicle. The 24-year-old was living with his uncle, left his house on July 15th for a job interview in Mooresville. His uncle said Philowat had not been in contact with his family since July 23rd. Authorities notified Philowat's family about the recovery of the body on Sunday afternoon. An autopsy will be performed to determine the cause and manner of death. Well, the Rutherfordton Police Department is asking for public's help in identifying 2 women wanted for questioning following an incident at an area convenience store. According to a police department news release, the women are wanted for questioning for an incident that happened at the Scotsman in Rutherfordton. Anyone with any information is asked to call Sergeant Brian Martin at 348-6270. That's 348-6270. Or contact 911, and they'll certainly help you get that information over. The McDowell County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing 25-year-old man. According to a Sheriff's Office news release, deputies are searching for Jonathan Derrick Mace of Marion. Mace was reportedly last seen at his home around 1 p.m. on Monday. According to the release, Mace's family members reported him missing a short time later and said he may have left to possibly go harm himself. He's described as 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighs about 183 pounds, and has black hair and green eyes. Anyone with any information on Mace's whereabouts or see someone that resembles this person, please contact the Sheriff's Office in Marion at 652-2235 or the McDowell County 911 Communications Center at 652-4000, or contact local officials and they'll help you get that information to the right source. Again, he's described as being 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighing about 183 pounds, has black hair and green eyes, about 25 years old. 19 minutes after 8 o'clock. There's more stuff coming up. But first, we've got this and the Sheriff's Report, reported by Corporal Green.
Hey, this is Brittany from the gift shop at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. Come see me for all your vacation needs, including sunscreen, sun hats, sunglasses, bug spray, and stylish summer clothing. I'm excited to tell you we have new summer sandals and booties. See you soon.
Now, Corporal Green has that report for us from the Sheriff's Department.
Past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office responded to 117 calls, made 9 arrests, currently have 196 in jail. In the investigation reports, we have Dennis Howard Tony of Rutherford who reported breaking and entering and larceny after breaking and entering. It appears some 18 dinner plates were stolen, some butter knives, cake knives, and a wooden chest that contained all those. Elizabeth Karen Syme of Towery Trace in Ellenboro reported second-degree trespassing. We have Melissa Murray of Ellenboro, who reported misdemeanor larceny. Appears her cell phone was stolen. James Lee Davison of Rutherford reported breaking and entering and larceny after breaking and entering. Air conditioning unit was stolen, an air compressor, chop shawl, and some shingles. And Danielle Lamacan of Far City reported identity theft and obtaining property by false pretense. In the arrest reports, we have a Jessica Nicole Lane of Spindale Street in Spindale, 32-year-old white female. She was arrested for misdemeanor probation violation. She received a $500 secure bond. A Brent William Hankerson of Broy Hill Road in Rutherford, 34-year-old white male, was arrested for failing to appear on the misdemeanor. He received a $1,000 secure bond. Christian Eugene Harden, 16-year-old white male from Beaver Street in Far City, was arrested for failing to appear on a misdemeanor. He received a $750 secure bond. Brandy Lee Campbell, North Broadway Street in Far City, 24-year-old white female, was arrested for failing to appear on the misdemeanor. She received a $500 secure bond. Donald Ray Bailey Jr., Pleasant Hill Loop Road in Rutherford, 26-year-old white male, was arrested for felony fleet of elude, assault and battery, reckless driving to endanger. He received a $3,000 secure bond. And a Donald Ray, I've already read that one. That's all I have for you, sir.
Thank you for making WCAB your radio station of choice in the foothills. Now get the best of both worlds. 100.9 FM and 590 AM Rutherfordton.
Sports Update is coming up, and we'll be back on the flip side of that with more stuff.
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul.
to the boardroom. Thousands are getting their day started with the first news, weather, and sports on The Morning Show with Jim Bishop here on WCAB Rutherfordton.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The Carolina Panthers wrapped up the Spartanburg portion of training camp on Monday. They packed up and headed back to Charlotte. Ron Rivera cut practice about 20 minutes short yesterday, but the team had a little bit of fun. Offensive tackle Taylor Moton and defensive tackle Dontari Poe each took turns yesterday at the final Wofford practice by catching punts. Cam Newton was not the best yesterday. He was picked off 4 times in team scrimmage drills. Panthers had the day off. They'll reconvene for practice tomorrow. Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh says he doesn't expect any of his players to be suspended for selling shoes. It sounds like a shot across North Carolina's bow after the Heels announced last week that 13 players will serve suspensions anywhere from 1 to 4 games for selling team-issued shoes. Thing is, Wolverines shoes have been showing up on the secondary market. Harbaugh said last night all of the team-issued shoes of current players all have been accounted for. That being said,
if somebody sold their shoes, they're gonna be ineligible. The point's been hammered home. But just don't assume it's somebody on the roster. But somebody did sell those shoes. It's going to result in missed games.
Duke will bring their A game, not their best game, their Canadian A game.
How's it going, eh?
The Duke men's basketball program is on a week-long trip to the Great White North, during which the Blue Devils will play 3 times.
We haven't pushed the conditioning button completely yet because it's August. They're in decent shape, but we're playing up-tempo. This team is going to be a really good defensive team and a fast-paced team. We're putting in a little bit different offense. For this trip, though, we're not putting in. It's impossible to put in your entire system, so we're trying to keep it simple. See how guys play.
Duke set for a pair of contests at Hershey Center in Toronto, one of them tomorrow against Ryerson, and then they'll play the University of Toronto on Friday. The tour will conclude against McGill University in a matinee on Sunday at Place Bell in Montreal. This is NCN Sports.
Sometimes the simplest things can make the biggest difference. An extra pair of hands, a smile, or a shoulder. At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we feel the same about home and auto coverage, affordable rates, trusted service, and local agents. After all, making one simple difference in your life helps you make a big difference in another's. Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Darlington Raceway. This is tradition.
The white flag flies for Bobby Allison.
This is iconic.
Eddie appears to be smoking, and Gale now is pulling away.
This is legendary.
Truex is at the wall, and it's Hamlin going to the lead.
Come celebrate 7 decades of NASCAR at Darlington Raceway this Labor Day weekend. Purchase your tickets today by calling 866-459-RACE or visit darlingtonraceway.com.
South Carolina is just right.
The NHL made some tweaks to the start times for 3 Carolina Hurricanes games, including 2 at PNC Arena. All of them are matinees. The Canes will face off against the Senators on January 6th in Ottawa at 1 o'clock. On January 13th, Carolina will host the Predators at 12:30 in Raleigh, and the March 30th face-off versus the Flyers has been moved to 1:30. The Hurricanes begin the preseason play in Tampa Bay on September 18th and open the regular season at home on October 4th against the Islanders. Chapel Hill High School announced Monday that the varsity football team, which posted a 1-9 record last year, will not take the field this season. They didn't cancel the season because they stink. The school cited low turnout and said in a statement they expect to rebuild the program and offer varsity football next year. Earlier this year, Cedar Ridge High School, also in Orange County, announced it would be canceling the varsity season as well for the same reasons. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
From the county seat in Rutherfordton to the foothills of the Carolinas, you're listening to the best of both worlds. 100.9 FM and 590 AM. WCAB.
Well, after some low clouds or fog here and there early in the day, high pressure to our north and west should leave us with more sun than clouds overall today. We'll have seasonably warm temperatures. Humidity not too bad, though. We'll look for highs around 85 to 90. Tonight will be mostly fair. We'll have light winds. It'll be mild, lows in the mid to upper 60s. We'll run a couple degrees hotter on Wednesday under mostly sunny skies. Humidity stays on the low side. Our highs tomorrow between 87 and 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Veterans, this is retired Army Colonel Greg Gadsden. In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. If you recently filed a VA disability or pension claim and have been asked to go to a VA claim exam, I want to make sure you know what to expect. Go to va.gov and search compensation and pension exam to get the information you need for the benefits you've earned. Your VA claim exam. Know what's next.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs.
It's 8:30 here at WCAB, 100.9 FM and 590 AM. And if you missed this announcement earlier, those of you who are senior citizens and go to the Senior Citizen Center, if you missed it earlier, and just a reminder, due to an air conditioning outage, the main senior center on Callahan Coon Road will not serve lunch today. They will serve meals on wheels and all 3 satellite sites on regular schedule. We're sorry for the inconvenience, they tell us, from Tammy Aldridge, director over there, but they had an air conditioning problem, and they don't feel like you want to eat lunch in a hot dining room, so they're just not going to serve it today. If you want a company that's well equipped, that you can find just whatever you need in one place, batteries for all size equipment, from lawnmowers to cars to trucks to keyless remotes, you need a battery, and you want to pay less for it, then you need Brad's Wrecker Service. You can't beat the prices on batteries. Check it out and see for yourself. The top dog for hydraulic hoses, power steering hoses, is Brad's Wrecker Service. As a matter of fact, at Brad's you get anything from 1/4 to 2 inches, 2, 4, or 6 wire, JIC, metric, British, German, you name it, they got it. All kinds of truck and car parts. If you need off-road recovery, call on Brad's Wrecker Service. You need 24-hour road service, you need Brad's Wrecker Service. He's more than a wrecker service, though. You might want to write this number down to have it close to you when you do need some service, 287-2111. Or if you need a battery, want to call him, 287-2111. They take MasterCard, Visa card, Discover card, and good old American cash. Brad's Wrecker Service. They're at 1737 U.S. Highway 64, Rutherfordton. Phone number is 287-2111. We don't think about children, kids, young people getting interested in politics very much, but here's a 14-year-old boy that has used a legal quirk to run for governor in Vermont. One of the 4 Vermont Democrats seeking the party nomination to run for governor in the fall election isn't even old enough to vote, let alone drive. Ethan Sonnenborn, 14, of Bristol, met the requirements to be on the primary ballot and is taking his place with the state's more age-appropriate candidates on Tuesday primary ballot, to say nothing of numerous candidate forums and debates. Sonneborn said in a recent televised gubernatorial forum, he said, "I think Vermonters should take me seriously because I have practical progressive ideas and I happen to be 14, not the other way around. I think that my message and my platform transcends age." The Vermont Constitution doesn't have an age requirement for people seeking the state's highest office beyond having lived in the state for 4 years before the election. So Sonneborn qualifies. That apparent oversight by the state's founders more than 225 years ago was enough to encourage the politically precocious teenager to collect the signatures needed to place him on the ballot. He said he's always been fascinated with the concept of building coalitions. Robert F. Kennedy was the politician who most embodied that for him. 14, how old would he have been at Robert Kennedy's? Anyway, his July finance report shows Ethan has raised just over $1,700, not enough to make him competitive in a world where the successful candidates will undoubtedly have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more. You got to have a staff, you got to have ads, you got to have mailings and other miscellaneous political expenses before the November general election. He only has $1,700. Even if he doesn't have much money, Ethan has been on the stage with Vermont other Democratic candidates. It might be a stretch, though, to call the other candidates traditional politicians. Former utility executive Christine Hallquist says her experience and ideas make her the best choice as Vermont's next governor. But outside Vermont, she is pitching herself as someone who would, if elected, become the nation's first transgender governor. There is also James Ellers, of an environmentalist, Brenda Siegel, a dance festival organizer. That's the kind of people they got running for governor in Vermont in the 14-year-old boy. Last January, 2 Vermont lawmakers introduced a bill that would require candidates to be registered voters. The proposal went nowhere. At a recent news conference, Republican Governor Phil Scott said he thought lawmakers should take a look at who should be able to run for the state's highest office. He says, I think you should at least be able to get your driver's license at a time that you become governor, said Scott, who is seeking re-election and is facing businessman Keith Stern in the Republican primary. Who knows, that kid could pull this off. You got a transgender running for governor, got an environmentalist running for governor. On the Democrat ticket. Strange world of politics, isn't it? Meanwhile, up in Waynesville, up the roadways, a North Carolina boy has been hospitalized after contracting a rare virus from a mosquito, Noah Surratt. He's 6 years old, and on Monday, he ventured outside to play with his brothers in their front yard. Just 1 week prior, his mother said he was bit by a mosquito and contracted a virus that could have taken his life. When you see EMS carrying a child limp with his eyes rolled back to the back of his head, that's all you can think about is my child going to die? Noah was at his grandparents' when she got the call. Noah, who had been complaining of a headache, was having seizures. After he was rushed to the hospital in Nashville, Noah was diagnosed with La Crosse encephalitis. That's a virus contracted from mosquito bites. According to medical professionals, the virus is rare. Typically, children under 16 are the biggest population with this. Now, Laureate, I believe it is raising the red flag, hoping to warn all parents about the importance of putting bug spray on children. Between 2007 and 2016, a 9-year time span, there were 163 cases of virus reported in North Carolina, according to Giles. During the same time frame, there were 4 reported cases in South Carolina. So it's pretty vengeant out there, looks like, huh? Well, I guess you've heard, if you follow the news closely at all, it took them long enough, but the FBI has finally fired the agent Peter Strzok for his anti-Trump text and his political deviancy as a member of the FBI. According to the Washington Post, Aidman Goldman, Strzok's lawyer, said FBI Deputy Director David L. Bowditch ordered the firing on Friday, even though the director of the FBI office that normally handles employee discipline had decided Strzok should face only a demotion and 60-day suspension. Goldman said the move undercuts the FBI's repeated assurance that Strzok would be afforded the normal disciplinary process. So there you go. He finally was fired. Many wondered why he wasn't fired when they found out that he was sending those kind of emails on official business. Over in Pineville, North Carolina, many of you know where that is, I know, Pineville. A pregnant woman was stopped for shoplifting, they thought. Ended up she was pregnant with twins. A pregnant woman shopping at Staples says she was confronted about what she was concealing beneath her shirt. Twins, she said. Sherelle Bates tells WSOC-TV she was at the register paying for back-to-school supplies Friday when a police officer had her step aside and he explained what was under her shirt. Bates says she explained that she's 34 weeks pregnant with a boy and a girl, but he didn't believe her, so she lifted up the shirt to expose her belly. She says no mom should have to go through that. A Staples statement says a manager at the store in Pineville mistakenly thought they were possibly shoplifting. It says the manager apologized and the transaction was refunded because we all want customers to feel welcome in our store, even if you're pregnant with twins and being accused of shoplifting. How about that? As my brother-in-law would say, that's a curiosity. Congratulations to Madison Weiss of Henrietta. He's 13, and he won the Daylight Donuts this morning from random drawing here in WCAB's Blue Room. Madison Weiss of Henrietta. Well, did you know that Google could watch your movement? Like it or not? This story out of San Francisco. Google wants to know where you are, wants to know where you go badly, that it records your movements even when you explicitly tell it not to. The Associated Press investigation found that many Google services on Android devices and iPhones store your location data even if you've used a privacy setting that says it will prevent Google from doing so. Computer science researchers at Princeton confirmed these findings at the AP's request. Google is upfront about, for the most part, Google is upfront about asking permission to use your location information. An app like Google Maps will remind you to allow access to locations if you use it for navigating. If you agree to let it record your location over time, Google Maps will display that history for you in a timeline that maps out your daily movements. Storing your minute-by-minute travels carries privacy risks, so Google will let you pause a setting called location history. But still, they got their eye on you. Did you know you could go to the computer and draw up a picture of your house? Yeah. There's a picture of your house and your property out there in La La Land. I don't forget what you have to go search that out, but I've seen Todd do that. Search something out and it gives you the picture of your house, your property, anybody sitting in the yard, all that good stuff. What's that source, Todd? You have to go to Google Maps, and what do you put your address? Go to Google Maps and put your address in it, and it'll pull your house right up there. Yes, it will. Critics say Google's insistence on tracking its users' locations stems from its drive to boost advertising revenue. Google offers a more accurate description of how location history works in a pop-up when you pause the setting and go Google them. I can't stand those pop-ups, can you? And you go to the web and search out a news story, and there are all these things popping up. Do the businesses that do that, do they think we're going to pause looking for something and pause long enough to read that ad? I don't think so. But it's just in the way. You got to click it out to get where you're going. And if you're in a hurry, you're not going to stop and read. Well, you can say so-and-so and so-and-so. It's this so-and-so and so-and-so. I think the advertisers may want to reconsider where they're spending their dollars. Maybe there's a lot of folks who do stop and read the ads. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. But it's sure aggravating, all these pop-ups. And, you search one catalog store, if you've ever bought anything from or even searched a website for shoes or coats or shirts or whatever, then click out of it, whether you buy it or whether you don't, and you go to another website, that ad pops up again right where you were. It's amazing what they can tell about us, what they know about us. It is really scary to know that they know where we are and what we're doing. Used to have a little green light pop up on my television at home, and I thought, man, they must be spying on me. Every once in a while, that green light would pop up, and I don't know. Strange world out there. We're under attack by the space aliens out there. Mama, space aliens are after me. I'll be back in a minute.
Can I help you?
Colossal Cash Scratch-Off.
Madam desires the 5-star scratch-off experience with a $10 million top prize.
Did you just change your voice? Is that a pianist?
But of course. Enjoy while I personally select your Colossal Cash ticket. Release the stallions.
Wild horses?
On a luxurious beach with your personal masseuse.
Ow, relax the shoulders.
And now, voila! Your Colossal Cash scratch-off. Welcome to luxury.
Wow, I'll scratch it right now.
Please, madam, someone will scratch that for you.
Why not?
With a $10 million top prize, colossal cash from the North Carolina Education Lottery is a 5-star scratch-off experience.
Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning, including break-even prizes, are 1 in 2.83. Approximate odds to win top prizes are 1 in 3.96 million. $10 million annuity top prize with lump sum cash value of $6 million. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Mark your calendar for another exciting Hot Nights, Cool Rides car show, beautiful downtown Forest City. This marks the 27th annual show. It's one of the largest car shows in the Southeast. Show begins Saturday, August the 18th, 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Registration is Friday, August the 17th, from 2 until 8. Saturday, August the 18th, from 9 until 2. $25 per car. Live music from Jack Roper and the Weatherman Band, Wiregrass and Night Move Band. Lots of great food vendors. Come out and enjoy a day of beautiful cars and family fun. Downtown Forest City, August the 18th, beginning at 9 a.m.
Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service supports the mission and good work of the volunteers of the Community Pet Center and reminds you their donation address is 861 Piney Ridge Road in Forest City. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service owner Kent Dorsey and staff thank the dedicated volunteers at the Community Pet Center for their mission in Rutherford County. There are plenty of drugstores in our area, but not all of them show the personal service that is offered at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Laura Hodge and her team understand your need for prompt and accurate service with minimal wait times. The Medicine Box offers synchronization. This allows you to get all your meds filled at the same time, avoiding extra trips to the drugstore. And ask Laura about dose packaging, a free service offered by the Medicine Box. This ensures you take the right meds, the right dose, at the right time each day. That's the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton on Charlotte Road in the Napa Building.
When you want your ad dollars to reach the masses, call the sales team at WCAB. Call Tracy or Jim, 828-287-3356, 100.9 FM and 590 AM.
It's 8:47 here on this terrific Tuesday morning here at the Foothill. Sunday shining and warming up today to about 88 degrees and no rain in the forecast today. Well, the body found Sunday morning in a wooded area in Blacksburg is believed to be that of a missing Landrum man, but the cause of death remains unknown, according to Dennis Fowler, the coroner in Cherokee County. Fowler said he notified the family of Jeremy Lee Philowat, 24 Edgewood Lane, Landrum, Sunday afternoon, so they think that might be the body that they've been looking for missing. More on that will come out as the story unfolds. Hey, you know, we've talked a lot here on this program, and many of you agree with me. Some of you probably do not. I can't imagine that, but some of you probably do not. But Chelsea Clinton is a big pro-abortion advocate. She says abortion has become an important economic stimulus ever since it was legalized by the 1973 Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision. It's been an economic stimulus for a nation killing babies. Now, what kind of warped mind is that? She was speaking at a Rise Up for Roe event on Saturday. At the event promoting opposition to President Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, the former first daughter of President Bill Clinton, credited legalized abortion for helping add trillions of dollars to the U.S. economy because women who had abortions were more inclined to enter the labor force. What? When you fundamentally care about reproductive rights and access right, because these are not the same thing, if you care about social justice or economic justice agencies, you have to care about this, she said. It is not a disconnected fact to address this T-shirt of 1973 that American women entering the labor force from 1973 to 2009 added $3.5 trillion to our economy, right? The net new entrance of women, that is not disconnected from the fact that Roe became the law of the land in January 1973. So our economy is great because we kill babies. Thus, no matter what other things Americans may care about, everyone should appreciate the economic value of legalized abortion. This is Chelsea Clinton speaking. She got a last name other than Clinton now, but no matter what other things Americans may care about, everyone should appreciate the economic value of legalized abortion. Now, is that a warped sense of value, or is it just me? She's bragging on the economy because women have been allowed to have an abortion. Nothing about the heart and soul of the woman, the heart and soul of God's plan for a person's life. Nothing about that at all. It's not important. Only important that Roe versus Wade continue. So that's why they're criticizing and condemning Donald Trump's choice for Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh, because they think he may be pro-life. And so they are trying their best to hurt another good man because of his theologically difference of opinion from them. That's how the liberals do things. They cut them down at the knees and try their best to. We need to stand strong and stand up to it and call it what it is. Call it what it is. Call it out. Call her out. Our economy has been strong because legalized abortion has been in existence. Sure, the abortion doctors and nurses have made millions of dollars. Sure they have. But the poor mothers, after the fact, many of them suffer because of that emotionally. 6:51 right here on this terrific Tuesday. Tomorrow's another day, thank goodness. We had a beautiful day to enjoy right here in beautiful downtown Whiteside Road. Have a great day, folks.
Oh, yes, I'm the great pretender. Pretending that I'm doing well. My need is such, I pretend too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Whoa, yes, I'm the great pretender. Adrift in a world of my own. I play the game, but to my real shame, you've left me to dream all alone. Too real is this feeling of make-believe. Too real when I feel what my heart can't conceal. Yes, I'm the great pretender. Just laughing and gay like a clown. I seem to be what I'm not. You see, I'm wearing my heart like a crown. Pretending that you're still around. Too real is this feeling of make-believe. Too real when I feel what my heart can't conceive. Yes, I'm the great pretender. Just laughing and gay like a clown. I seem to be what I'm not. You see, I'm wearing my heart like a crown. Pretending that you're still around.
MCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Vehicles fell some 328 feet when a bridge in Genoa, Italy collapsed today, killing at least 11 people. BBC correspondent James Reynolds.
A section of this viaduct simply collapsed. This section looks to be at least several dozen meters long. Italy's transport minister